Welcome to On the Mat. My name is Melanie. Tonight you will see matches from AWA Slam from Chicago, Windy City Pro from Prospect Heights, and Mid-American Wrestling from Milwaukee. And your hosts are Ritchard T. Sin, Billy Wack, and Trevor Blanchard.
Whoa! Here we go. Welcome to On the Mat. I'm Dirty Dick Sin. My compatriot, Billy Wack, laptop in hand. Trevor Blanchard, the voice of experience in professional wrestling. And our guest in studio right here tonight, joining us, will be none other than Will Martell. From what I understand, this guy's been around the block or two. We got Will Martell joining us in studio right here tonight. Also, Big Jared. Back on the guitar. K-Pasta Pop. Here he goes. Yeah.
A little hot for teacher going on here.
Yeah. Billy Wack, what's poppin' in?
What's poppin' in? Poppin' and lockin', you mean?
Yeah, that too.
Well, obviously we can't. There's like the big elephant in the room that we have to acknowledge. You know? With the whole Chris Benoit stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
I actually brought the laptop today. Didn't want to scare you, Trevor. This is a computer.
That's why you didn't tell him you were bringing it.
Right. This is a computer, and people use it to view and exchange information over something we call the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not totally computer illiterate. I do have an email, but it just takes me time.
Oh, right. Okay. Banging two stones together. And Trevor waiting.
Pretty much.
You're right.
Sparks.
Anyway, yeah. So the Chris Benoit thing that's going on, and by the time this show airs, we'll have already heard 30,000 different stories, but as of right now, it looks like Benoit strangled his wife.
Ooh.
And smothered his kid.
Ooh.
And then hung himself.
Okay, now I gotta say,
This is what we've got so far.
If I may, hold on. If I may, yeah, camera 2, please. If I may, camera 2. This is what we're all interchanging here. If I could, because I got an email, or not an email. Trevor does these browser messages to me on my phone. They drive me nuts. But nonetheless, it's information. I really appreciate it. He had a whole different story, so I think it all ought to be represented. But from what you had, it was that Nancy strangled Dan.
No.
And no, well, that was
No.
well. Then what have you got? And this is just, I gotta say, I can't even believe we're talking about this. It's too much death in professional wrestling. It's sad. I mean, I don't know. I think everybody. I speak for the whole wrestling community when I say that a lot of us were in tears last night watching that WWE telecast. And I know you were upset, and every time I go back and watch it again and think about it, it really. Just it was too much. I mean, especially having with your dad the past week, and that, you know, we were here. I was choked up last week crying on the show, luckily behind the camera. But there's just too much death in professional wrestling. It's really sad. But Trev, what did you hear?
Well, from what I've heard, and I actually spoke with Les Thatcher's wife last night, Monday when everybody found, and for those of you that are watching, we're taping the Tuesday after everybody found out about Benoit's passing, and unfortunately Nancy and Daniel. But the only thing that I've heard since last night up till today is that yes, what everybody knows, that he strangled Nancy. I guess there was some bruising on her chest and her back, which she was bound to that on her hands and her feet. Daniel.
WWE.com is saying the physical findings announced by authorities indicate deliberation, not rage. The wife's feet and hands were bound, and she was asphyxiated, not beaten to death.
Right.
And there was a Bible. There was a Bible next to each one of the bodies, too.
Right. And from what I understand is that he killed Nancy first. He watched the pay-per-view with Daniel, and then when Daniel went to bed is when he and I don't know how, because I've got 2 kids, and I don't know how you can do that to a child. Any child.
I just can't even understand.
And then he hung himself Monday morning, I guess.
Wow. And like in the first couple of days when all this broke out, everyone was like, oh, God, Chris Benoit, it's terrible. And it is a terrible loss. It is a terrible loss to the wrestling community. And now people are like, oh, I hope he burns in hell and this and that. And I'm not condoning the slaughter, essentially, of your family, but who knows what was going on in this guy's personal life. And to take your own life, that is a massive step, folks. To take the lives of your family, completely horrible. But people shouldn't pass judgment. I mean, these are the facts, and this is the law and all that, but
I think we should stress, though, this is all internet for right now. I mean, WWE.com, that's great, but I've heard nothing on the media, nothing on the TV news. I know a couple people told me they had the little ticker tape underneath that said reported the death and that, but I'll tell you right now, this is a situation that is set to be sensationalized, and if anybody's got the ammunition to do it, it's Vince McMahon, because I'll tell you this, There's no footage of Chris Benoit that I've seen on the media. In other words, anything that WWE owns, they own WCW's old footage, they own WWE footage, they own ECW's footage. So anything that's going to be available of Vince McMahon is owned by Vince McMahon. And I haven't seen anything on the media about it. To me, it's kind of strange. It sounds it's like it's been squelched.
One more thing I heard before we got here today was that I guess there was some disturbing text messages that Chris had sent to Chavo, something about their bank accounts and something about the dogs, and that's why they sent the police to go check on the family, and unfortunately they found them all dead. So before we go to our first match, which is from AWA Slam, Deuce Trey versus Fusion, on a personal note, I knew Chris. Whenever I would see him backstage at the shows, he'd always put his hand out, ask me how I was, ask me how my family was. I did the same, and just like Eddie 2 years ago, it sucks, but it's part of life, and what more can we say? Except, let's go to this match.
Let's go to this match right here tonight.
How about stay tuned?
Yeah.
Will Martell in our next segment. Thank you.
And there was C. Red jumping down off the ring apron, who was here about 2 months ago, just before their Battle of the Belts in Cicero, and that's Fusion against Deuce Trey.
Look at Deuce Trey.
Outside.
He's got a kitty cat mask on. He must be related to Sam Hart.
No,
oh, God, Sam Hart.
Hey, look at that Deuce Trey, man. He's winding up.
Oh, he hit sternum first. Look at that. Ooh.
German suplex by Fusion. Clothesline.
To his credit, Deuce Trey's hat never comes off.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now, is he in the Nation of Domination? He's got that kind of like Africanus look.
Africanus.
I mean, it's kind of, reminds me of the D'Lo Brown, Nation of Domination. He's got the toque or whatever they call him. I know he's not Canadian.
We've had
here's an interesting tidbit. I never did bring this in, but maybe I should. There was, his Deuce Juice, which was on, what was it?
Hey,
Black Market or whatever it was.
Black Market, of course. Didn't you say it was like Red Bull or something? Didn't you?
I bought some. It was like $8 per can for those little
Whoa! What a kick!
And yes, it was Red Bull with his name
his
and
face on it? God.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just customized the can, in other words.
Do we have any volume on this television?
Boy, me and you, great minds think alike, Billy Wack. Of course, the last time I touched the TV, I changed the channel, so I don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
there's Deuce Trey on
Everybody
the
looks at me
outside.
like, you fool, what have you done?
Deuce Trey on the outside with Fusion.
Now, Nick's going to come out here and he's going to
yell at us.
He's going to turn the volume up on the TV, but there is no volume.
No, this is footage that has no volume.
Oh, okay, it's like an AWA game film. We're like Bob Lucy, who's Cholak calling the action from the international athletic.
Perhaps we can have Melanie just make background crowd noises for us.
Yeah. There you go.
Just at random intervals. Yeah.
We're rocking the house here tonight on Demand. Hey, now is that C-Red out there with the red
Yes,
cap?
that is C-Red, who was here a couple months ago before Battle of the Belts in Cicero.
Yeah,
when he was supposed to wrestle Sam, and Sam backed out.
Yeah, probably one of the best-dressed wrestling managers in Chicago wrestling. Hell, I'll go on record and say, in wrestling, period.
Look at this.
C-Red's got some nice clothes.
And Deuce Trey's shirt is off, but yet his hand is still on. And there's Joe Moriello, who we had on last week.
Where's he at?
He just went to the left.
Really? This is great. Chicago wrestling. All these people connect the dots right here
Big chop.
on our forum for professional wrestling on the mat.
And you can see some mom staggering around in the back wondering why she is at a pro wrestling show.
Yeah, and why she wound up on cable access, but that's another story.
Deuce Trey holding. There's Joe right there with the sunglasses on in there.
Whoa,
front of
Deuce
your
Trey with a leapfrog. Look at that. Whoa.
Oh, man.
Not that time.
Up.
Didn't quite
Fusion
make
going
it
for the
over.
pin. One, two. Two count.
Rock and roll accompaniment right here tonight with this match. Jared joining us in studio.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's better than
Oh,
nothing.
yeah. Deuce Trey's gonna put his knee over your neck and suffocate you.
Hey.
Cause your name is Fusion. And he's gonna wrestle you down. He's Deuce Trey.
Wow, look at Deuce Trey. He's kind of jacked. I had no idea. The physique of Deuce Trey. Look at that. Missed with a drop kick.
Deuce Trey's in good shape. He's a little bit delusional, though.
What just happened here?
I don't know. Jared stopped playing guitar, that much I do know.
I think he thought this match was over.
Snaps him up, holds him there, letting that blood rush to the cranium. Down he goes with a suplex, holding that fist to the air, Detroit style, fixing to represent. 1, 2. Oh, it pulls them up.
Look at that
Deuce
bicycle.
Trey.
Of course, a bicycle going from right to left on your screen. And a guy following behind it in a striped shirt. Kid running. Look at that kid running.
Hey, that's what's great about outdoor shows. You know, Billy Wake, you get to see the status detail of the neighborhood that it was in. That's always fun.
This isn't no hot, smoky, dark arena, Richard T. Sin.
Yeah, and it makes for good
It's
viewing. Too.
outside.
You can see clear as a bell.
Man, I remember I refereed a show for the late Ray Cortese in Elmwood Park, I think it was.
Okay.
And it was I was only ref, and it was blooming hot like it was today.
It was blooming hot.
As hot as it was today.
Could this be it? 1
And
2.
This is hot.
It was hot.
Smoking.
Show was good.
Some of them outdoor wrestling shows in the summer are. You gotta go there. You gotta get ready. There's no air conditioning. I mean, we did some fair shows for Windy City where we were dressing in the backs of barns, in trailers, in tents.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever dress in the back of a trailer? It's so awkward. You're in the back of a truck.
And it's hot.
Actually, a race, for NASCAR cars is what I changed in. The smallest.
Oh,
What?
look at this!
Dude,
a little shimmy. He's giving us a little. Oh my goodness! That's a little more than we wanted to see here tonight on the match, showing
Flying
us some of
shoulder.
his dance moves.
Flying shoulder by Fusion. Steamroller.
Steamroller.
That's what those are.
Another one.
Hits him with another one.
Going up top.
Yeah, oh
Maybe
yeah.
a moonsault.
Pointing heavenward. He better get up there.
And C-Red making his way around. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
we
better
see
watch
Red-
out. I saw his red hat slink around there.
Yeah, sure enough did. Here he goes.
Going
Going
up.
away.
Wait a
See
minute,
Red
there he is.
behind.
Whoa.
Pushes him in. Down he goes. Uh-oh, and just up in time, here comes Deuce Trey.
The referee
There's
has
Joe
no
Moriello
idea.
right there.
There's
in the
Joe
center.
Moriello, our
We had
guest
on
last week.
There's a
That's
happy
right.
couple staggering by, looking at the goings-on here.
Security extraordinaire. Uh-oh, sets him up.
Powerbomb.
Pile driver. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Backbreaker.
Is that like the
Over shoulder.
Dominator?
Oh, my, that was something.
1,
Show-
2, 3.
That's it.
That's it. Big win for Deuce Trey right here tonight on the mat. Nicholas H. bringing us a great one. Look at that. See Red in there, very pleased with his man, Deuce Trey. Right here tonight, Richard T. Sin, Billy Wack giving us a round of applause, and our guest joining us, Will Martell. Welcome to the show,
Thanks
sir.
for having me,
Will,
fellas.
All right.
appreciate it. It's been a long
It's
time.
been a long time.
it sure
Too
has.
long.
Sure
Too
has.
long.
Yeah. So you've been around the Chicago wrestling scene quite a while. What federations have you frequented?
IWC.
Were they based out of? IWC are based out of Indiana?
IWC was based out of Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago North Side.
Okay.
Right, that was up by Humboldt Park, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember Bill ran that federation.
Yes, Bill Perez
Yes.
and his brother Luis.
Yes, good guys, very sound, technical Puerto Rican wrestlers.
Yes.
Puerto Ricans.
Well, they were, and I think they actually did. The reason I bring it up is they actually did train in Puerto Rico at Carlos Colon's school, if I'm not mistaken, or at least work some shows for him. And
Yes, that would be correct.
Yeah.
And last year we had just went on a tour of Puerto Rico.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really have to say that the fans were very, very appreciative.
Really?
Very.
So who all went? Anybody, other Chicago stars we might be familiar with?
It was the Perez brothers and myself, and there was probably 2 other guys that were already down there from the States that were touring around with us. So it was a lot of fun too.
Run into any famous greats from the past, Carlos Colon or anybody while you was over there? I'm just curious.
We were on a show with the Wizards.
Oh,
actually.
The Wizards.
Rockin'.
The Wizards.
Who are the Wizards?
I'm not sure.
Wizards
but,
are they're a big tag team over in WWC actually.
Oh, okay.
And actually,
Did they come out in the robes and the hats and the abracadabra?
Hey, Billy Wack, I got one though. You know how I always do the signs at the wrestling shows?
Yeah.
I want to get a sign, because since I don't go and do that anymore, but I give a kid an idea for a sign. His sign could say, "Bring back the awesome Kongs."
Oh wow.
Why not the Mokies then?
Remember the Mokies?
Or the-
Remember the awesome Kongs?
or the
Billy?
Ding Dongs?
Yeah.
Remember the
You
Ding
do.
Ding Dong.
Harley Race's team,
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
guys with the gorilla coats or the big fur coats down to here. They're
probably-
real fat, and they had the mask. They were the
Harley
awesome
probably
Kongs.
hated
If you're going
that.
to put up a sign, you should have a sign that says, "Bring back Mantor," or
Yeah.
"Bring back Max Moon," Or bring back, who were some of those?
Max Moon. He was like out of a video game, right? He was like the Tron wrestler.
Remember was it 95, 96? There was like the deluge of crappy guys like who? There was Jim the Anvil Neidhart and the Goon. Remember that? Remember
the Goon
they crammed all those
Bill Irwin.
Bill Irwin.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but it gave a little life to his career, and he did get a little WWE run out of it. But we remember him from AWA when he's more like the biker Bill Irwin with them strap up. He had them lace up kind of like.
Or the Long Riders.
Yeah, they were the Long Riders. That's right. Him and his brother Scott the Hog.
Who passed
away. Was somewhat of a hog, but he was a big fella.
Anyway, just cut the crap and bring back Mantor.
Awesome Kongs. Yeah, it's going to be Flash Gordon versus Tarzan in a minute. All right, who's tougher? But, tonight we got Victor Vanity and Gino Greed from a Windy City event taking on Steve Boz and Acid Jazz. Acid Jazz, he shows up here all the time on Windy City Pro. He's a great worker. Give him all the credit in the world. Steve Boz, we see him all the time too. But Victor Vanity, Gino Greed, I don't know these guys.
I have no idea who Victor Vanity is, but we're going to find out tonight. And who? Victor Vanity
and V&V.
Who is he?
And Gino Greed.
Gino Greed. Gino Greed. I bet you're so greedy, Gino Greed.
There's no play-by-play in this match. I guess we get to supply it. You're going to hang around and join us for it, Will?
Yes, certainly.
Rockin'.
Awesome.
Rockin' good news. We got Windy City Pro Wrestling, WCPW, where if you stop there on the south side, and you can call there, 773-978-7317. Call there anytime. Talk to Sam DeCero. Join the school. But from time to time, you might catch old Ritchard T. hanging and banging at WCPW.
Hanging and banging.
I'll go there and pump a little iron. Pump a little
Is that
pain.
banging? Or is that hanging?
Well, when you down, you're hanging.
I thought hanging was just like being there, but banging was like...
Hang, bang.
All right.
Hang, bang. And I don't say that in the gym. They'll probably throw me out.
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's go to that match. WCPW. Victor Vandy, Gino Greed versus Steve Boz, Acid Jazz from Prospect Heights Fest just this last weekend. There's Acid Jazz. Oh, and look who the referee is.
What do you know?
Nicholas Q.
I thought that was Wild Bill Hiccup.
Nicholas H.
Wild Bill Hiccup.
He's reffing the match, but he just wants a corn dog right now in the worst way.
A corn dog. Oh, man. No. Nicholas
H.
Gino
Greed. That's Gino Greed.
Are you sure?
I do know this one. Yeah, because I got the new Windy City book. I keep needing to bring it in. Yeah, that's Gino Greed in the ring right now. He's a new up-and-comer at Windy City Pro. Hey, look at this nice, well-attended fair show, though. You know, gotta love a fair show. Walk the midway, goof around, sample the chili dogs. I do a new thing at the Chicago Marina, Billy Wack. It's called the Chili Dog Taco.
Wait a minute. You do this?
Yeah, we sell them.
You sell them. What is a chili dog taco?
A chili dog taco is basically an all beef. I try and use kosher beef hot dog with some like chili product. I usually just don't use real chili that you make like to serve for a bowl of chili. You use like the canned chili.
Right, with the beanless chili.
Beanless chili. Spread that on there. Put a little bit of cheese, like cheddar jack cheese. Get the thing. You grill your dog first, so it's got the marks. Roll it in there. Grill your tortilla, so it's got the marks.
It's on a tortilla.
Roll it all up in the tortilla. Microwave it till it's smoking hot, till it'll burn the roof of your mouth, and then you got a chili dog taco. And nobody bought them for like 3 months. And now a couple guys from the city were like, "Hey, these chili dog tacos are good." Now they're catching on.
That's the Jazz to the top of the
that corkscrew chili dog taco off the top. Gotta love it.
I can't wait to get out of here and get a corkscrew chili dog taco.
I'm gonna sell my chili dog taco right here tonight.
Sell them here.
Ooh, clothesline on to Gino Greed.
Gino Greed.
And in comes all that Steve Boz.
Still with the straightened hair. Went on about that for about a month last match we saw him. And look at that double drop kick. Oh, yeah, rocking and rolling right here tonight.
Why, they could have stopped his heart with that double savate kick.
Well, Steve Boz taking this kid to school, I got to tell you.
Right hand, another one.
Take that, Gino Greed.
Well, this Gino Greed, he's in there with one of the best.
Sunset flip. Oh, drop kick right to the head.
It's true. The legendary Steve Boz taking it to Gino Greed. And have we seen Victor Vanity in there yet?
No, he is still waiting. A knee right to the head. He is still on the outside, waiting to get tagged in.
Victor Vanity on the outside. Looks like he's primed for action as well.
Chop.
Whoa.
One.
Look at that. Nicholas H. allowing all this because it's perfectly
right
legal.
Right to the eyes. In comes Victor Vanity.
Victor Vanity.
Hip toss. Down he goes.
Oh,
Steve,
man.
Nice shot by Steve.
With a right hand.
Oh, my goodness. Did you see that? Look at that. He just popped him right in the head.
Coming.
So we are joined here by Melanie this evening here in the studio. Melanie, what do you think of Steve Boz right now, the guy with the long brown hair doing the discus chops? What do you think of Steve Boz's trunks?
Looking good.
Okay. Little insight from Melanie.
The master ad-libber, folks.
What's going on?
Boz drops himself. Look at that. Boz down on the mat as well. He took the brunt of that in that exchange. Looks like he's a little bit Leilu Shade, having a few too many drinks at the bar last night. Now he's back up applauding himself, getting the crowd into it. Still looks like he's a little bit on Dream Street, though. Attempts a cover, kind of a lax cover nonetheless. Victor Vanity gets pulled up.
Right.
Boz shooting him off into the corner.
You know, I hate to keep bleeding current events into our wrestling show here.
We have no choice
our
here
fantasy wrestling show. Yeah, you're right. We don't anymore. But I'll tell you something. This all this equipment behind them, this fair stuff, these rides, kind of disturbing in what had happened in Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to get my feet sheared off by going on Superman.
Drop kick off the second by Steve Boz right to the
Ouch.
head. And Acid Jazz in with a leg drop. A second one onto the chest.
Look at this. Acid Jazz with the break dance. There he goes.
Dance move.
Look at that. Acid Jazz. Putting on a clinic right here, not to mention a party. Says, woo, come on with it, and these fans going nuts.
I actually wrestled there in Prospect Heights.
Did you?
A couple of these shows, yeah.
That's
Years
a nice,
ago.
That's a nice little festival
Yeah.
they got going there, it looks
Yeah.
like to me. Now, is that the land of Ripper Manson?
I think so.
Billy Wack, you're on the internet.
I am on the internet. I'm checking out new information on Chris Benoit's final text messages to Chavo Guerrero. And
We want to hear it.
yeah, well, I'm checking out here. It says Benoit told Chavo Guerrero that Nancy and Daniel were both sick. It is believed that Benoit sent this message after he had already killed both Nancy and Daniel. In the second message, Benoit told Guerrero that the gates to his house were open and that dogs were outside. It is believed that he sent the second message as a way of making sure the bodies were all found after his suicide.
Wow.
Whoa. Even more shocking is that Benoit's son Daniel was apparently found with needle marks in his arm. According to the detective, the boy was being given human growth hormones because the family thought he was undersized.
Oh, my goodness. That's twisted.
The article also states that Benoit used weights and a pulley of a piece of exercise equipment to hang himself.
Now, that I knew myself just from thinking about it, because a guy with a neck that thick to hang himself by the neck with just his body weight, I think he could hang there for an hour and a half and not get killed. That is a strong dude.
He planned this out. And this news about his son with the needle marks, oh my God, that's out of control.
Once again, we should probably run sort of a disclaimer at the bottom tonight. This is very, just let's say, edgy subject matter, and it is all we're reporting to you as we get it.
It's in the news too. I mean, you see it on. I saw it on CNN, MSNBC, seen here on Comcast.
Oh,
Fox.
great! Wrestling's getting some mainstream coverage now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad it had to be like because of this.
Yes, this
very
way.
sad.
Acid Jazz with a pin. Only got a 2 on Victor Vanity. Very nice Hurricane Conrana off with a little help from Steve Boz a little earlier while Billy Wack was
What a shot by Acid Jazz.
talking about the latest developments in the Chris Benoit family death investigation. Very sad news. Oh!
Vic Vanity.
Very nice move. Very innovative.
Now, I'm
Sort
guessing,
of a modified backcracker.
Now, I don't know for a fact, but I'm guessing Vic Vanity and Gino Greed are newcomers to the sport. They're probably being trained down at Windy City Pro Wrestling. And I'll give both these kids credit. They're big, they're in shape, they look like wrestlers. And that's what it's all supposed to be about, right, Trevor?
Yep.
I thought you said
Yep, Trevor. Yep.
Yep. Vic Vanity, you see him showing off Nicholas H like that? You see that, Trevor?
Yep. And in comes Steve Boz and
Nicholas H trying to put his hands on Steve Boz a little too much there, I think. What's up with that?
I don't know. Maybe it's been a while for him.
Yeah, I'm saying Gino Greed in there twisting that neck on Acid Jazz. I'll squeal like a pig on a Saturday night, and we'll have a little party on the old porch swing. Oh yeah.
Anyways, Gino Greed has a chin lock there on Acid Jazz. Acid Jazz making it up to his vertical base.
Ooh, look at
Left hand
that.
in his stomach. Another one.
Sends him
Third
flying
one.
back.
Fourth. Hits the ropes.
Oh my God, look at Acid Jazz.
Over for a
Oh!
savant kick to the side of the head. Gino's down to one knee.
Acid Jazz feeling those shots to the breadbasket, though.
Grabbing his trunks.
Yeah, he
keeping him
sure
from
was. Gino greedily grabbing those trunks.
Acid Jazz, he's like a ninja in there.
Yes, he is, but he's getting whooped on now. Gino Greed using that size advantage to hold him. Look at him, holding him down in an ultimate fighting style way, just like really punishing him with that one. Should have held it on there longer.
So,
That's a jiu-jitsu, though.
oh, is that what that was?
so we've got Melanie here in the studio. Melanie, what do you think about the officiating skills of Nicholas H? Do you think he's doing a fine job, not so fine,
Subpar,
poor, or just the pits? The pits.
I have to say he's doing an okay job.
Doing an okay job. All right.
I've seen better.
Very good. We are
Need the galleries. You can come back next week, Mel.
anytime you want. Just
Yeah, it's pretty good.
the
Yeah.
door's always open.
She knows
for
how
you.
to pop the crowd. Gotta love it. Francisco comes in from the control room.
Everybody.
Hey, there we go. That's
High
it.
fives all around for Melanie.
There we go.
And
All
Gino
right.
is down. Acid Jazz down, crawling.
Having a ball in here tonight in studio. Ritchard T. Sin, joined by Will
And
Martell, Billy
wait a
Wack.
minute, Nicholas H. The tape is about to stop. You better go back in the control room, pal.
You're obsessed.
There's a tag.
Sorry, what's your name again?
Tag to Steve Boz.
Steve Boz
get
making
in
his
there.
way in there. Says,
Victor
come on with
Vanity
it.
is in there. Ducks are closed.
Yeah.
Right
Steve
hand by
Boz.
Boz. A second one to the head.
Steve Boz, a house of fire.
He is those clobbering
Shooting him
punches.
off.
He's gonna kill this guy. Yeah.
Leg
Look at
leg.
that.
Look at that.
Leg or heel kicks.
With Steve
Ducks
Boz.
under.
Right hand.
Boom.
Two.
Boom.
Shades
Boom,
of Dusty
boom,
Rhodes.
boom,
One of the
boom,
boards
boom.
in
Look
for
at
the
those
win.
punches.
Fly. And a kick to the chest.
Steve Boz, look at that. A house of fire in control right here tonight on OTM.
Actually, you know what? Victor Vanity looks a little bit like Jack Miller.
Look at that.
Jack-
Very nice, Jack.
Kick to the face.
Yeah, except for
I'm
Vic
sorry.
Vanity. Vic Vanity can wrestle.
Cameron Cage.
Yeah, except for Vic Vanity can wrestle.
Okay.
Melanie's friend is creeping in now, handing her a bottle of water. And you can't see this because we're watching the match, but
And she's wearing a sock shirt. How
Cool. How cool.
No, how terrible.
No. Come on, Trevor.
You know I'm a couple.
That's fine.
Oh! Steve Boz down, floats over for the cover. 1, 2, kick to the back of the head by Acid Jazz on the Gino Green. Acid Jazz has him, going up,
Hey, Billy
flips
Wack.
back.
yes,
Was that a Hillary Clinton sticker I saw on your
One,
car coming in today?
2.
most certainly was not.
I just thought I'd.
I don't vote for anybody.
I just thought I'd check with you.
That was my car, actually.
Oh, thank you, Jared.
Do you have a Hillary Clinton sticker on there?
It was an accident.
Hey, she's a fireball. I like her. Here we go.
Oh!
I thought it was a Don Knotts sticker.
Oh yeah. Gotta love Don Knotts.
2, Steve breaks up the pin.
It is, of course, very easy to confuse the two. I understand.
The Ghost and
In
Mr.
cartoon
Chicken.
form, they have very similar features.
All right. Steve Boz flings out
Flat-chested, right?
Vic Vanity. Victor Vanity. Uh-oh, now
Steve
Boz.
Boz now throwing him Gino outside
Steve Boz is
with
like
both of the guys.
he's like Superman. He's just throwing punches and kicking it. I don't even think he's left his feet at all.
You're right about that. So that's why I gotta say, at Battle of the Belts this past year when he went against Samoa Joe, seeing Steve Boz tap out, it was one of my favorite matches. Not because he lost or he deserved to lose, but it just
Wait, are you
showed
saying
up.
he deserved it? Whoa, Steve Boz.
Look at that from the outside. No, it just put it this way: he was more enjoyable to watch in a vulnerable position. Whereas this, where he's just beating guys up, it's not as entertaining.
I'm entertained because these are some stiff shots.
Oh yeah, and I agree. This is a good match, but there was just something special about that match between him and Samoa Joe. I think that's the match he should send to WWE.
Steve Boz with a chair.
That backfired.
Acid Jazz was thrown into the corner post.
Oh, how
Right hand by
New
Boz.
Orleans.
A chop. Another one. Steve Boz looks like he's going to suplex him in. Wait a minute. Where's Gino? Gino's right there.
Oh,
He's
wow.
got the foot.
No.
One,
Look at that,
two,
Steve Boz.
three.
He got
Are you
robbed.
serious?
Boz and Jazz got robbed
Whoa.
by greed and vanity. Greed and vanity.
Greed and
did it.
vanity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Greed. Yeah.